Okay, so basically, I made McKenna watch Madoka Magica, the 12 episodes
And the movie.
and the movie. So the thing this show is most famous for is how it seems like it's going to be like a normal, cute, magical girl show, right?
Yeah.
But then it becomes super dark.
Yeah, like, I thought it was just gonna be about... I mean, this is what it was about. But, like, I thought it was just like, ooh, evil witches.
So
and,
you
yeah.
really weren't expecting it to be
No.
dark, because I made sure not to tell you that it would do that.
I knew that, like, the wishes were gonna be, like, weird, but, like the style of it.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't know that they were magical girls.
Like,
Yeah.
I went into the show knowing that it was going to be dark, because
Yeah.
that's how I heard about the show. But the show was marketed to like trick people who watched it into thinking it was a cute girls show, but it wasn't aired on like children's TV or anything.
It wasn't exactly too dark yet, but when Mommy died for the first time was when I was like, wait, what? I wasn't expecting something like that to happen.
I was expecting you to have like a more like big reaction.
I
'Cause
did, inside.
You just said like interesting after the episode ended.
I know, but like, I had more of a reaction inside.
Like, when I first watched it, I knew there was something that happens in episode 3. I was like, oh, this is the thing that happens in episode 3. Okay.
Yeah.
This show was written by Akiyuki Shimbo and Gen Urobuchi. They're both known for, like, making the opposite of happy magical girl shows. And so people were, like, very suspicious of this show. But, the first few episodes, they do a good job of pretending to be a happy magical girls show, even if like you know it's gonna be dark. Because like there's this cute magic cat thing that is like, oh, you can make a wish and you become a magical girl and you fight the evil witches.
Yeah.
That's like basic magical girl stuff. And then we have this girl named Mommy, who's like, she seems like the ideal magical girl.
Yeah.
Because she says she's fighting witches to protect people and not
Yeah.
like for her own good. And she talks about how other magical girls fight for themselves instead of for other people. But later on, we do learn that Mommy is actually like really lonely, and she never actually wanted to become a magical girl, and is only like pretending to be like confident and stuff. But we learn that later on. And then we also have Madoka and Sayaka, and they don't know what to wish for, and so they're reluctant to become magical girls, but they still go on like some fun adventures with Mommy to see what it's like. But even though it has this like basic happy setup, it still has some hints at what the show will become in the early episodes. I talked about this in the tier list video, I think. I always thought Kyubey looked kind of creepy.
I just thought Kyubey was cute at first.
Well, like, he does look kind of cute, but, like, some of the shots that they have him in make him look a lot scarier. Like, when his face just fills up, like, most of the screen. Or, like, when he's shown in, like, the shadows and stuff.
Yeah.
More hints at what the show will become. The battles are, like, weirdly trippy. That's the first thing I noticed. Like, the first witch battle, where Sayaka and Madoka both get trapped in a labyrinth before they, like, know what it is. When everything starts popping up, like, and it gets really trippy and it's like in a different art style. The first time I watched it, I like could not stop smiling because it's just so like trippy and weird. And the battles throughout the entire show are like, they stay cool throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
Like the Volpurgisnacht fight where it shows like the countdown, you know what I'm talking about? That's just awesome. Like, I guess it's just, the best word for it is like quirky, you know? It's very quirky. More hints at what the show will become. Magical girls fight each other, which is what Mommy tells them.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I
It's
heard
like,
that.
that's kind of sketchy and a bit realistic for this the setting that's been set up. And then there's also this emo magical girl who like death glares everyone.
Yeah. But I was like intrigued.
And she seems to want to stop other magical girls from becoming magical girls. Or she wants girls to not become magical girls.
I said this in the tier list video, but like since there probably are some people that haven't watched that, In the first 2 seconds, like, when they showed her on the screen, I literally said, who is that? Like, I was, ooh.
So Mommy explains that this girl is probably just another magical girl who, like, only fights for themselves, and she wants less magical girls in the area so that she can get more grief seeds.
Yeah.
But it does seem like this emo girl knows more than the other characters about what's going on, and for some reason she's like specifically wanting to protect Madoka.
Yeah, I was like, is she, is she...
She's trying to protect Sayaka also, but she's like really focused on Madoka. So it seems like she might actually care about Madoka, you know?
Yeah, like care. Like in a friend way.
And it also hints that maybe if she is right about this, maybe there's something bad about becoming a magical girl and she's not just doing it out of jealousy or selfishness.
Yeah.
There's one thing that really like hints at what these first 2 episodes are.
What?
And it's the ending song. You never listened to the ending song, but
I'm sorry.
the first 2 episodes have a different ending song than the rest of the show, and it sounds like a happy, cute
Oh my
song.
gosh! Oh my god! Wait!
What?
You know what this has the same vibe as?
What?
Happy Sugar Life.
Yes.
Because you can keep on explaining.
Yeah. So the ending song sounds like a happy, cute, just regular ending song. But that's only if you're not paying attention to the lyrics, because the lyrics are like the saddest thing ever. It's about a girl like saying goodbye to her friends, and she's never gonna see them again, but she has to like put on a fake smile, and she has to say like she says see you later to her friends even though she knows she's never gonna see them again.
That reminds me of 5th grade. Okay. Sorry.
And it's also sung by Madoka's voice actress.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, so it's really hinting at what the show is actually about.
Yeah.
Like I've heard some people say that the ending song is the only part of the show that's like a complete lie about what the show is about, but like really it is what the show is.
Yeah.
So
Wait, how is that a lie at all, though?
like they're saying it's the most like misdirecting thing that the show does. Because like if you rewatch the show, you can tell that it's gonna be dark kind of. But the ending song, if you're not paying attention to the lyrics, it's like it just sounds happy and cute.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the lyrics, then it's like perfect for the show. And then
I see.
And then after Mommy dies in episode 3, the ending song changes to a battle music theme that they had used earlier in the show.
Yeah.
So then we get to episode 3. The important stuff in this episode is that they're going into a witch labyrinth that's at the hospital where Kyosuke is staying. But
The only male.
Homura tries to warn them before going in. She says like, this witch is different from the others. But
Yeah.
Mommy
When she said that, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Because I was like, this girl knows stuff. This girl knows things.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Mommy does not listen to what Homura says.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because,
I want to eat a cake with Madoka.
Yeah, because she had been doing that
Yeah.
for the last few episodes too. Like every time Homura tries to get her to do stuff, Mommy has like a childish attitude about it. She just doesn't pay attention to what Homura is trying to say.
I'll just the ribbon yellow thing.
Yeah, she wraps Homura in red ribbons with
Yeah.
like the lock on it.
Yeah.
But then after that,
Sorry, I was thinking of the movie when I said yellow. Cause like.
well, she has yellow and red ribbons.
Yes.
But in this, we also learn about Mommy's loneliness, how she never wanted to be a magical girl, but Madoka says that they'll be best friends as magical
Yeah.
girls together.
And you said that gave her too much.
Yes,
confidence.
it makes her overconfident in the
Yeah.
battle, and she uses like her final attack on the little thing, and then it grows into a big worm and eats her.
Yeah.
But the best thing about her death, that sounded kind of weird. Or like one thing that I really like, that also sounds weird.
Just
but,
go on, we understand.
So Homura was tied up in the red ribbons, and when Mommy dies, the red ribbons like fall down kind of. But Homura like holds out her hand, and the ribbons fall onto it, and they like drip down, and it looks like blood dripping out of her hand. And I was like, wow, that is good. And then after that, this is like the turning point. Mommy gets munched on.
Crunch.
And then Sayaka and Madoka are real sad.
Time for a munch, crunch.
So the next notes, I divided it into just each character's story instead of, first is Sayaka's story, and Sayaka's story takes up like most of the show, and I found it the most interesting out of the others. So at first, both Sayaka and Madoka are like unsure of what to wish for, but then we learn that Sayaka has this boy in the hospital named Kyosuke, and his arm isn't working.
The only heterosexual. Sorry, I was kidding, it's a joke.
And at this part we learn, wow, Sayaka does have something she could wish for. And so she does wish for him, because she wants him to get better.
Yeah.
Or that's what she's putting in her mind.
Yes, but she actually wants
him
to
actually. I thought you were gonna say something else.
Yeah.
But okay.
Like him to appreciate her.
Yes.
Like she wants attention.
Sayaka decides she's gonna become a good, strong, magical girl like Mommy.
Did you think I was gonna mention the red-haired?
Yes.
Okay.
Sayaka looks up to Mommy as like her role model, but we know that Mommy isn't actually like the perfect
fake
role model. So that's kind of part of how Sayaka goes down. Eventually, Sayaka finds out she's like a zombie. And
she does not take it well.
One important part of this is that she decides she's like not worthy of dating Kyosuke.
Yeah.
Because
she's
a
like,
zombie.
Yeah.
And so she loses her like initial reason for becoming a magical girl, because she's not going to be able to date Kyosuke because she doesn't feel like she can.
Yeah.
So she decides that all she needs to do is have good intentions and sacrifice herself, and that will make her like good. But she does this by like blocking out the pain, literally, of like her emotions, and literally the pain that the witches hurt her, and she blocks out the pain, which is what Kyubey tells her to do.
I said this in the tier list video, but I'll repeat it again because I want to say it again. I really like her laugh. Yeah.
She continues trying to be a magical girl in just this self-destructive cycle until the train scene, and the dudes on the train are disrespecting women.
Yeah, they're like, woman. Blah.
Then she decides that the world isn't even worth fighting for, so she has no reason to be a magical girl anymore. That's how she fully gives into despair and becomes a witch. The most interesting thing about Sayaka, I think, is that both her and her wish seem to have like good intentions at the start, but they were really actually just selfish.
Yeah, because like she just wanted like.
So her wish is it's partially to like get Kyosuke better, but really Sayaka just wants like his attention basically. And also Sayaka herself, she seems like she's doing these magical girl things because she wants to be a good person, but she's really just trying to act like a good person so that like she can feel good about herself, and she continues her downward spiral because she wants to feel good about herself. And while she does this, she's not caring about how the other people, like Madoka, feel about what she's doing.
Yeah. But then, like, Madoka,
care.
like, tried to reach out to her, and, like, Sayaka, like, she was like, but then, like, what surprised me is they actually showed Sayaka, like, 2 seconds later, and she was like, I can't believe I said that thing to her. Like, I wasn't expecting them to show something like that. I thought they were just making her edgy. But I was like, whoa.
Kyoko is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Because Kyoko appears to be selfish, but she is probably the one who is, like, most interested in being selfless from the start. Because her wish, unlike Sayaka's, there's no extra selfish desire for it. She just wants people to listen to her dad.
Yeah.
Because, like, they were poor when she made the wish, but she doesn't make the wish because she wants to be, like, rich or something. She just wants people to listen to her dad. And so, in the actual show, she appears as kind of like a villain at first.
Yeah, because she's like, ooh.
Yeah, she's basically like the exact type of magical girl that Mommy described, who only fights witches for their own benefit.
Yeah.
And fights other magical girls for territory.
Yeah.
And she continues fighting with Sayaka until they have like a final battle on the bridge, which is when they learn that the magical girls are zombies. And so after that, Kyoko becomes like less hostile towards Sayaka and the others. Like it's kind of like an we're all in this together thing.
Yeah, but then Sayaka's just like, I'm not interested.
Yeah, but
I will.
the Kyoko is trying to help Sayaka at this point. And in the end, she's really like the one doing the most to try to get Sayaka back. Because like after Sayaka turns into a witch, Kyoko keeps Sayaka's body and she keeps it fresh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And so in the end, Kyoko decides to die with Sayaka.
So when, you know how Sayaka turned into a witch?
Yes.
So I really like the way that like they showed her turn into the witch, because like the witch is like, it's when like your souldom gets like, of like the despair and like the depression and stuff. But like I like how they showed her as a witch, because like they showed it like all trippy and like the witch thing. But then they also like showed like that guy's like like the violins.
Yeah.
And it like kind of like showed like how like all of this. And I just like that. But yeah. That's all I wanted to say.
So it's like the witch Sayaka is kind of like a conductor, kind of.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like a bit. And so it's like she's conducting all the violin players, just like how she wanted to kind of like have a big influence on Kyosuke. You know?
And it's also like violin, like he plays the violin.
Yes, exactly. So next is Homura's story. Homura is at first explained to be like an evil magical girl, but like it's pretty clear that there's more to her character from the start, because she seems to know more than the other characters, and she wants to protect the others, especially Madoka. But before we learn like what her actual power is, her teleportation, kind of, even though it's not really teleportation, but it looks like it. It's used in like really cool ways. So like...
Oh yeah, you said this in the tier.
Yeah, I said this in the tier list video, but I have like actual notes written down now. So instead of like just sparkles coming up, and then she's suddenly somewhere else, she usually just like walks out from behind a covered part of the screen. Like in episode 3, the fight after Mommy dies, it looks like she's getting eaten by the big worm witch, but then she appears from the top of the screen and she floats down.
Yeah.
And that stuff is really cool. It's like, whoa, how is she doing that? What is this power?
It's her power. Okay, yeah.
A few times when she's talking with Kyoko, it switches to the shot that shows Kyoko talking, but then Homura like appears behind Kyoko.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, she just like went through different shots.
Yeah.
The annoying bitch has an annoying friend. Go figure. Well, I wonder what kind of friends you'd have then.
So it seems like she's using like the directing of the show itself as her power to teleport, and that just makes it like really cool to watch. So she spends most of the show making sure that Madoka doesn't become a magical girl, and there's like multiple times where it seems like Madoka is like she's going to have to become a magical girl, but then Homura shows up at the last minute.
No!
Yeah. And those are always really satisfying, especially when Madoka was just like talking on a bench with Kyubei, and then Homura just shoots Kyubei a bunch of times.
Yeah.
After she shoots Kyubei on that bench, Kyubei reveals
We are left shocked. Okay, wait, go on.
Kyubei reveals that her power is time manipulation.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, this all makes sense now.
It does.
Because she can freeze time and go like when people can't see.
Yeah.
But then we also get her backstory, because since we know that her power is time manipulation, that means she can time travel and stuff. After we get her backstory, we know exactly what her goals are, and it sets up the climax of the show really well. So by this point, the other characters have all made mistakes, or they've fallen victim to Kyubei's scheming, and so Madoka and Homura are the only ones left. And that's a problem, because Valpurgisnacht can't be taken down by just one magical girl, So it seems like Madoka is going to have to become a magical girl to fight Walpurgis Nacht. And this has happened like multiple times before in all the time loops that Homura has been through.
But then she's like, no?
Okay, I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
But Homura still feels she needs to prevent Madoka from becoming a magical girl.
Okay.
But at this point, she's like starting to give in to despair. Like
Yeah.
Kyubey is saying that she might be giving up at this point. Because,
Yeah,
like,
but then Madoka came and was like,
yeah. So at the start of the show, Madoka was like unsure of what to wish for, but she gets inspired by seeing Mommy as a magical girl and also seeing like her actual mom. She gets inspired by Mommy and her mom. She realizes that she doesn't really care about getting stuff out of a wish. She just like wants to help other people. And that would be fine. Like she could just become a magical girl as long as it meant she was going to like have something important in her life. Like
Yes.
she can do something good. But throughout the entire show, she's prevented by Homura from becoming a magical girl because Homura wants to protect her. But throughout the show, she sees everyone shut away their problems in like unhealthy ways.
Yeah.
So Sayaka just completely blocks out her pain. Kyoko decides to die with Sayaka instead of like doing something else.
yeah.
And Homura decided that to like win, she needs to like not show emotion, basically. And so she ends all this by deciding to become a magical girl, and she wishes to basically become God
Yeah.
and take on everyone's despair for them. She solves all the problems. And that's how the show ends. Madoka deletes
Pink.
all the witches. Do you have anything else to say about the show?
We gotta talk! Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
We gotta talk about Madoka and Homura and like in
There's
that
also-
last thingy where they were like really, really good friends.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
good friends with no clothes on.
Yeah, in like space and just like, it's okay. You'll be fine without me and just like, ooh, just like naked.
Yeah, and so
Like that's what friends do. Friends.
one other part I really
Sorry,
like about the
was way too
ending about the ending of the show is that Homura seems to accept that Madoka has become God because she feels like this is better, right?
Yes.
So now we're gonna talk about the movie.
Oh.
So
I was like very confused on the first few. Like I was like, at first I was like, is this movie like another time plane that they were in the past or something? But then it's like, okay.
yeah, but that's like the mystery of the movie,
Yeah.
right? It's just like, whoa, everything's weird.
Yeah.
Everything's too good, you know?
Yeah.
But before I start actually talking
Like
about what
why are
happens
they
in
all
the movie,
working together?
I want to say that my opinions about the movie are probably very unpopular.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Because I don't like it like nearly as much as the show. I think it has some big problems. I did think that the first part of the show is like some good fun, right? Like even though it's like really fan
Oh my gosh, when they
servicey-
started singing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about that. So, it's still very trippy and weird, which I really like. Like, there's the transformation sequence where they have like a full transformation and it goes on for like a really long time, and all that stuff is really trippy.
Oh wait, we
and then-
talked about what we liked about that in the tier list video, which you guys should go watch.
And
I
there's
don't know
also-
why I just bopped my head so
There's
much.
also the cake song, which is like a banger,
It is.
and it's just so like bizarre.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Isn't it kind of funny how, like, when it came to, like, Homura, like, and, like, she was like, oh no, like, that's me.
But both of these, the cake song and the transformation sequence, they both have some like insane amounts of symbolism and metaphors in them. Like one of my favorites is how Mommy says that she's like the cheese.
Yeah.
But and then Bebe, which is like her weird pet creature,
Yeah.
likes cheese. But we know
Yeah,
that Bebe
yeah.
is actually like the witch that ate Mommy.
Yeah.
And so she wants to eat the cheese, and Mommy is the cheese. Like, if you go on the YouTube comments for both of these, there are just a bunch of comments explaining like every single metaphor in it. Like for the transformation sequence, each character has like a different style of dancing that like represents their character.
Oh
And
my.
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And like every line of the cake song is like a metaphor for something, and it's just like insane. But sometimes I think the movie is like too weird. Like it gets to the point where it's like, okay, what is actually happening right now. The scene that has the most of this, I think, is the one where Homura and Kyoko are on the bus. Mm-hmm. Because, like...
Yeah, I was kind of confused on that one.
Because, like, they're trying to, like, leave the city, but since it's, like, actually a witch labyrinth, they can't leave it, and so the edges of the city are supposed to just be, like, really... They don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
They keep talking about how, like, they're missing the turns and stuff in the road, but, like, there's just no road showing in the thing. It's just, like, a huge empty space, which is, like, weird colors and stuff, and it's like, what is going on? But the characters basically say everything that needs to be said in that.
Yeah.
But explaining things just through dialogue is kind of like a bad way to do stuff. But also, like, the scene isn't really that important. I just think it represents how it gets too weird because like I can't understand what is happening. So the second part of the movie is like Homura trying to figure out what's happening. It starts with the bus scene, but I feel like this mystery solving part of the movie is like a bit too long, and it's not really like, it doesn't feel that.
You mean like when they were
engaging.
trying to figure out what was going on?
Yeah, when Homura is just like going around
and like
trying
she
to figure
ate
out.
the fries. Oh wait, is that a different part? I see.
Okay, well, it also has
I put the pieces together.
it has the fight with Mommy because Homura thinks that Bebe is the witch and she tries to kill Bebe, but Mommy's like, no, Bebe is my friend. And so they have this fight scene, and the animation in this fight scene is like incredible.
It is.
Like, it has some of the best like choreography in any animated thing that I've ever seen.
I really like the guns.
Yes, like there's one part where they're standing like at point blank range, but they just keep pulling out more guns and like kicking each other's guns.
Yeah.
They like lean over and dodge, and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
But the fight scene goes on for like so long. That's like a problem I have with it.
Oh.
It's just like it's not really doing anything until the end of the fight, right? Because that's how all fight
I thought it was
scenes
cool
work.
how like Homura like stopped the time, and then she was just like, well, like she was like at first she was like whoop, and then like Mom was like no.
That part is really cool.
Yeah.
Because Homura literally, she knows that since she's a magical girl, she won't die if she shoots herself in the head.
Yeah.
Because you need to shoot the soul gem.
Yeah.
So she literally shoots through her head and then like kicks up the ribbon that's tied around her leg so that the bullet goes through her head, it cuts the ribbon,
Yeah.
and then that makes it so that Mommy has her time frozen now. But the fight scene, just like the actual fighting part, not the end, just goes on for like a really long time. And then there's the part at the end where they just breathe for like a really long amount of time
that
for
was
some
really
reason.
awkward, and like the computer thing was loud, and I was just like, oh no.
I had watched this twice before. You watched it with me. Each time that part catches me off guard, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a thing that happens. It's gonna end like in 2 seconds, right? Oh no, it just keeps going. They're gonna keep breathing. Okay, but anyways, back
Why
to
is that a thing that's in it?
I don't know.
It feels like something that's from high school with the dead.
Like, it could have been just like 5 seconds
Yeah.
or something. But no, it's like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And, like,
They just needed to put that in there.
but then we get to the end of the mystery. So Homura realizes that she's a witch by going on the bus, and she like goes away from her soul gem, and for some reason the bus like catches on fire. I don't know why that happened, but it did. But then she meets up with Kyubey, and Kyubey explains the plot to her, and it just goes on for so long, and I just thought that was like boring.
But like, you gotta know what's happening.
That's true, but like, it just goes on for so long, and even though it goes on for so long, it's like really hard to follow. Like, there's some strange plot holes in this, I think, just things that go unexplained that like make it hard to understand. Like, so basically, there are 3 worlds in this universe. There's the first one that happened during the show, right?
I see what you mean now.
Then there's another layer of the world, which is the one Madoka created.
Yes.
And then there's the third one, which is actually the labyrinth that Homura made, right?
Yes.
And so Homura's world was created because she was sad about not having Madoka in the second world. Because Homura, I think she remembers the first world while she's in the second world. Because that's why she knows who Madoka is. Yeah, that makes sense. And so she creates the Witch's Labyrinth. But the Kyubeis like trap Homura somehow, and she creates the labyrinth without actually becoming a witch, which is kind of strange. But like I can accept that.
I want to say something.
What?
Actually, no, keep on talking.
Okay. But she can also invite people into her labyrinth because she wants to have like this perfect world or something. And so for some reason she invites Kyubei into the world. Maybe the Kyubeis just like infiltrated the labyrinth, even though I'm pretty sure that was against the rules that they established.
Yeah.
But another thing is that like there's like Madoka as god, right? But then she also has Sayaka and Bebe / her actual name is Nagisa. They're like workers for Madoka, but it's kind of strange how Sayaka exists as part of Madoka's god being.
Yeah.
He's like, Sayaka existed in the second world. Because there's a clip in the show that they show where all the other magical girls are like, wait, what happened to Sayaka?
Yeah.
Because she, at that part, she gives in to despair and disappears, because that's how the world works.
Yeah.
Maybe Madoka just took her and recruited her at that part or something. But also there's this Bebe / Nagisa
Yeah, that
girl.
was kind of confusing to me. Like at first it was just like, oh, baby. Oh my gosh, that's also the worm. Oh my gosh, this is also a magical girl.
I don't know why Madoka decided that this one needed to be with her.
Yeah.
He wanted to sell more anime figures of this cute girl. Okay, so after the long Kyubei explanation, the climax happens, and it's like kind of weird, I think, like the final battle. Homura becomes a witch while inside the witch labyrinth that she created without becoming a witch. It's just like multiple layers of witch and not witch, right? Homura decides that she wants to like die so that Madoka doesn't get discovered by the Kyubeis.
I thought it was like cool, like how like when like she was having that conversation with Kyubei, and then she was like, wait. Well, like it wasn't really like wait. It wasn't really like a figuring out. It was kind of just like you're just trying to control her.
Yeah.
And then everything was like, whoop. It got like hype, but yeah.
But yeah, that's why she wants to die so that she can save Madoka from being controlled by the Kyubeis.
Because they're very best friends.
But like in the fight, I'm not sure who I should be cheering for. Because like it's like Homura wants to die, right? She's walking to the guillotine. But then all the other girls are like fighting against her from walking that way. Yeah. Because I guess it's like they have a plan to save her, even though it's gonna be bad if they do it. And so it's just kind of like strange. And also the actual fight scene is just like really like kind of confusing to watch.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of stuff where I'm like, what is happening? Like Sayaka turns into her witch form by committing seppuku, which looked cool. But then it's like, oh, what? Sayaka witch in the witch labyrinth fighting against Homura witch.
Yeah.
In Homura witch's witch labyrinth.
That was kind of weird. Also, I'm not really sure when this happened, but I also thought it was cool when they showed like all the like Kyubeis, and then they were like, this is so illogical.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
That is cool when Madoka shoots into the sky and it breaks.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of strange how they're able to break out of the witch labyrinth by shooting the sky because I don't know, that wasn't a thing before, but it is cool how they kill all the Kyubeis. After that strange final battle, we get to the big Homura decision.
Yes. The big Homura decision.
Homura is like giving into despair, but she was kept in like not despair by the Kyubeis. But now the Kyubeis are gone, and so she's gonna become. Well, she's already like at the part where Madoka needs to delete her.
Yeah.
So Madoka's flying down. She's like, Homura,
we're gonna be together forever.
Like, no, that's not what Madoka says though.
But she did say that. I know that's probably not what she actually meant, but I thought that's what she said. Because like I remember Homura saying something like, "You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this." But then she also had another intention when she said that, but...
Well, like, so you liked Homura's decision, right? You were like, you were
well,
like...
yeah, I was.
Like,
I mean, that's because, like, I worship, though. I don't even need to, like, say what I actually mean. I just need to say I worship, and then you know what I mean.
I just think that her decision makes it a bad ending.
Yeah.
Right? Because
that was kind of confusing.
because she wanted to die to save Madoka, and then she realizes, like, after she has like those weird like dream sequence kind of things where she's like, maybe trying to be with Madoka was selfish or something, and maybe I shouldn't try to be with her. Maybe I should just accept the way it is. But then she like grabs Madoka anyways.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen. When
like,
the demon thing happened.
Okay, but about the demon thing, I just feel like that's like so.
Yeah, no. So at first I was like, yeah, but then when you brought up in this video that it's kind of like a fan fiction, I've thought about it more throughout the course of like the last how many minutes we've made this. And then I really thought about the demon part and I was like, that is like a fan fiction. That's probably why I like it so much.
Oh my god. The demon thing, that just to me that comes off as just like, ooh, edgy. Right? And she also says when she becomes a demon, she's like, since Madoka's god and I'm opposing Madoka, I will be a demon. And it's like, why are you opposing Madoka? Right? But my main problem with the ending is like, it feels like she's going to decide that she was being selfish, but then she just completely goes the other way.
Yeah, I was like, because it seems like she was like, no, you guys have to let me die. And stuff like that. But then she was just like, you know what? I don't think I will. And then she was just like...
So yeah, I don't like the ending of the movie. And
yeah.
I feel like it would be better if there was going to be another movie, and I feel like I'm not sure.
Maybe there will.
I'm not sure if there will be one, but this movie came out in 2013, and it is 2020 right now.
Yeah.
So it's been 7 years without another Madoka thing. Well, there was like a weird spin-off show based on a video game that came out like this year, I think.
But it was based on a video game.
Yeah. I just feel like the movie is kind of pointless. It's like at this point, if they decide to make Homura realize that it's selfish, right? It's just gonna be reversing her decision, right? What?
I forgot to say something.
What?
We forgot to talk about the thingy that she confesses.
She says she loves Madoka. We already knew that.
We did already know it, but there's always like a slim chance if they're ever gonna make like lesbian or gay characters actually canon. There's always like a slim chance. But it actually happened. So that's why it's like, ooh.
I think Homer's decision here like makes sense in like a general idea, not how it happened in the movie, because I think in the movie it's kind of like not well done.
Yeah.
But like Homura giving into despair like this and like trying to grab Madoka to keep to herself, like is a thing that Homura would do. I can believe that.
Yeah.
But the movie did not build up to that well enough. Like most of the movie is about Homura just trying to figure out what's going on, not about her being sad, right? But the show also already had an ending that wasn't really building up to Homura doing this either, because Homura accepts that Madoka was like God now and not with her in the show. So
you know how you said Sayaka is your favorite character?
yes.
So you must like the scene where like in the movie where like to Homura she's like, what are you doing? You can't just screw up how things are. Yeah.
Exactly, Sayaka.
Yeah.
Tell Homura.
Yeah.
I feel like people might people say similar things about the end of Evangelion and this movie.
That is not the same.
Yeah.
Though.
I'm gonna get to that because like I think it's just because people don't get what the end of Evangelion is saying.
Yeah.
He's like they're like, oh, the show had such a positive ending and now it's all depressing, right? But the end of Evangelion is like the most hopeful movie I've ever watched.
Yeah.
He's like, Shinji goes through all that stuff. I can write an essay about this, but Shinji goes through all that stuff and in the end he decides to keep living.
Yeah.
And that is like the most hopeful message of all time. I've already talked about this.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it's like the show had a satisfying good ending,
yeah.
right? And then the movie turns it into a bad ending, right? But in Evangelion, it was like kind of a good ending. The end of Evangelion movie is like what the ending was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I don't get that feeling.
It's like kind of like what was actually going on at the same time as the end. Because
the stuff that happens in that movie.
It's kind of just what was going on in Shinji's head at the time.
Yeah, but also the movie is what was supposed to be the actual last 2 episodes of the
show. You can tell.
But they ran out of money to make the show. Like that's
Give them the money,
happened.
Okay.
Yeah, and they got the movie and they made the best movie ever.
Say it with confidence.
Madoka had like a good show, very good show, very good ending, and then it just makes a movie where everything ends bad, and it's like we just reversed the good stuff that happened in the show, and now everything's bad and it's edgy and sad and fan fiction.
Demon.
I might just not like the movie because I like don't get it or something.
Yeah.
Because the people who say they like the movie, like most people like the movie, they seem to say that the movie is good for the reasons I think it's bad.
Oh.
Like they say like Homura's decision is what makes this such a tragic masterpiece, and I'm just like I don't feel that it was good. I think it just made it like edgy and bad.
I mean, like I feel like Madoka, like I feel like she had like a good solution to like the Magica girls and stuff.
Like
and
in
then,
the show.
Yeah, and then the movie, it's just like, no, we're taking that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the movie, kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's all I have to say.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to favorites. Who's your favorite character?
Who is my favorite character? It's Homura. That was not expected at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My favorite character is Sayaka.
Yeah, I know.
I think she has the most interesting story, and it's the most like well done, and she laughs evilly, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I also really like Kyoko. Like I don't think Kyoko has like as good of a story as Sayaka. It's still like really good because most of the characters are really
favorite.
good. But I also really like just like the type of character Kyoko is. Like she doesn't play sports, but like she's like a sports girl, right?
Okay, my least favorite is probably Violin Boy.
Really? My least favorite might actually be Bebe/Nagisa in the movie.
Oh wait,
it's like I don't think she has like a reason to exist.
She has like a cute character design though.
It is cute.
Yeah.
But that's the trap, right?
Yeah,
they want you to buy the figures.
Yeah.
Her transformation sequence is kind of strange though. Did you notice what it was in the movie? She jumps into a blender with a bunch of food in it.
I don't think I remember
the
it.
blender.
No.
The like what's it called? A smoothie. The smoothie spills out from the sky, and it lands in like a glass jar that is in the shape of her, and then she turns into herself, and then she takes out a trumpet and she blows bubbles into the sky.
My favorite episode is probably when they show like the time travel backstory with Homura.
That's a solid answer.
Yeah, and then I also like the one where Mommy died. I mean, not specifically because like she died, but like I just feel like it's cool because like they like, you know.
Honestly, I like every episode of the original show, but the ones that I can think about that are like really good are there's one called I Was So Stupid, which is like one of the Sayaka episodes. Where she realizes that what she was doing was dumb. That's why she says that she was so stupid.
Yeah.
But the next episode after that is also really good, which is the one where they try to save Sayaka, but it doesn't work. I also like the Homura backstory episode, and also the last episode of the show. I think my least favorite episode of the actual show is probably episode 2.
Okay.
Because it seems like it's just like waiting to get dark. It's like when
it's
is
like
it
how
happen?
you were waiting for Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's
like you were waiting for them to fight the Titans.
When are they going to die? When are they going to suffer?
Oh my! I can't think of any episodes that I dislike.
Understandable.
Yeah.
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 What would you score Madoka Magica?
I can't show my face on the screen. Like a 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Impressive. I gave it a 10 out of 10 after I first watched it, but on the rewatches, I give it like a 9 out of 10. It's like a really good story, but there's really, I don't think the themes hit that hard for me. Most of it is just like surface level emotion. There's not many like big life lessons that I feel.
Big life.
like there are obviously things they say about life, right? But like there's nothing I'm like, wow, that is a message. Like when Sayaka, it seems like she dies after her soul gem falls off the bridge. It's like, whoa, that was spooky. But
Yeah, that was spooky.
It's kind of just shock value, right?
Yeah.
It's not anything like really that deep. I'd give the movie like a 5 or 6
Oh my,
or something.
that was way lower than I expected you to say.
I think the movie's kind of like, it's still like fun, but it's just like when I think about it, I'm like, oh, why did that happen? Like, and there are some parts that are like I think are actually kind of boring. What shows are we currently watching?
Actually, can you cut that part out where I just talked about edits? We are watching the masterpiece, Attack on Titan Junior.
So yeah, that's how the video ends.
Goodbye!